actually see what I'm doing. All right, great. Welcome everybody. We're gonna get this party started here, and I'm gonna start off by sharing my screen so you guys can all see what I'm looking at here. So welcome. Tonight is an all ideas workshop and pitch contest. So you can see in front of you here, we have the agenda for the evening. I'm going to go into a little bit of detail on what each of these sections of the evening are going to look like. So let's launch right into it. My name is Amanda Kaiser. I'm the program manager for E4All Cape Cod. I manage all things that are event and entrepreneur facing, along with my partner in crime.
I'm Kristen Marshall. I'm the executive director of E4All Cape Cod, and I generally deal with kind of the mentor-facing role.
So we are your hosts for the evening. We are your Vanna Whites. Just to let you know, tonight's event is being recorded, and we're doing that for posterity so that our participants are able to go back and see this after the fact if they so desire. So just so you know, you're on candid camera. So we want to start off and talk a little bit about what we are doing in the community. You know, if you're here tonight, you have a good sense of who we are and what we do. E4All runs entrepreneur advancement programs in our community. The meat and potatoes of what we do is an accelerator program, which helps people take their businesses from dreams and actually turn them into realities in the course of a 3-month intensive period of 1 year. Overall program period. Tonight is a little bit of an accelerator light. So both the participants and the coaches are going to get a little bit of a taste of what this is like. This is a one-night only event where our entrepreneurs are going to pitch their ideas. They're going to work one-on-one with some coaches to refine those ideas and polish some of the aspects of their presentation, and then come out and do it all over again with some of those, hopefully some useful feedback for their business to help them to continue moving their ideas forward. Everything that we do is free. We offer these programs free to our entrepreneurs. We do that by funding our program through grants and donations from people like you. We are on all of the social medias, so you can find us on your platform of choice if you want to stay in touch with what's going on, or you can also sign up for our email newsletter, which Kristen does a fabulous job of. So let's talk a little bit about the rules of the game. Kristen, do you want to jump in here a little bit?
Actually, Amanda, can you take it? I'm sending links to folks who are trying.
I can, absolutely.
Thank you.
So tonight we're going to do version 1.0 pitches. So we have 5 entrepreneurs who have ideas that they want to pitch to the group. They are going to have 2.5 minutes to be able to pitch that idea. They have some specific criteria that they are trying to cover in those 2.5 minutes. Kristen is going to function as our timer. So when the 2.5 minutes is up, she will let you know when you have reached that time limit. You finish your sentence, and then that's the end of it. After the version 1.0 pitches, our entrepreneurs are going to divide out into breakout rooms with our superstar coaches. And they're going to work one-on-one on this idea, refining it, giving it some additional feedback, and just sort of playing with the idea and seeing if there's places where there can either be improvements, tweaks, or just, you know, polishing it up and making it pretty. And then we're going to ask our entrepreneurs to come back and do a second version of their pitch with any changes that they may have done during that coaching session. On the second version of the pitches, the judges panel will have an opportunity to ask questions. So they will have 90 seconds after the entrepreneur's 2.5 minutes. The judges will have 90 seconds to ask their question and get a little bit more detail from the applicants as they're going through it. So that's the rules of the game. Are you guys ready to hear some of those version 1.0 pitches?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did want to mention too, we are going to do introductions for the coaches and the judges, but right before each of those roles kind of kick in. So we'll get to know those people.
Oh no, I'm first.
So on that note, Cindy,
if it's worse going first or sweating it out being fed.
Cindy of Coupons for Cape Cod, you have 2.5 minutes. Kristen,
Okay.
timer. Please tell us a little bit about your business idea.
Okay, once again, I am Cindy Glavin from Coupons for Cape Cod. I'm a Cape Cod resident, actually a wash ashore. I've noticed there's a similar need for both small businesses as well as consumers here. Both want to save money. Small businesses when they advertise and consumers when they purchase products and services. My mission for Coupons for Cape Cod is to solve both these needs, a website where consumers save money and small businesses prosper. Most forms of advertising are creative in the sense that consumers are constantly hit with a barrage of advertising, even when they're not interested in that particular product or service. Creative advertising plants seeds, hoping that when a consumer is actually ready to buy, they will remember to call or contact them. My Coupons for Cape Cod website is designed using a direct form of advertising where consumers actually look and go when they are searching for a specific product or service they need and want right then and there. They simply print out the coupon, or if applicable, click on the coupon and they will be sent directly to the business's special or package deals on their site. Coupons for Cape Cod solves the age-old problem of putting consumers and products and services together in one easy place. Consumers find what they want and need and save money doing so. Effectiveness is the key word in all this. Businesses need to be where the customers are when the timing is right, and potential customers need companies that are offering savings on their products and services when they are shopping. So that's why I've created the Coupons for Cape Cod platform that does both. And businesses save advertising dollars with direct digital marketing that's not only effective, but even more so, very affordable. Small businesses can select from 3 types of monthly plans based on their budget, as well as what features would be the most beneficial and make the most sense for them. I'll be offering a free 45-day trial period for each business for them just to test the waters and just to get a feel for what plan would make the most sense for them. There'll be no long-term contract, no commitment, no push to upsell for something they don't need, and no % of any sale. The business expense in my venture as of now has been the website development, which I am using community web development in West Dennis for, as I only want to use local businesses here on the Cape that I will need now and moving forward. I'm at a point in my venture where marketing is key to increase my brand awareness, both to consumers here on the Cape, as well as the small businesses to pitch my services to. And that's why I'm here doing something way out of my comfort zone. I'm at a point where I really could use some help financially to hit the ground running in my marketing campaign. I've been very active on social media and have watched every webinar I can get my hands on to learn as much as I can, but I do know my limitations, and I know it makes sense to pay someone that has in social media experience. I have pricing from someone locally.
That is time.
Okay.
That's time.
Thanks, Cindy.
Congratulations, Cindy. You got
I
through
almost
it.
got it in.
It's scary to be the first one, so great.
I know. I was thinking, I'm like, all right, otherwise I'm sitting for 10 minutes, so.
Congratulations. Really good job.
Thanks, I need to talk faster. I was almost done.
Okay, so great job on our first of our 1.0 pitches. So let's kick it over to our next entrepreneur. And that is Matt from Run Cape Cod. Matt,
Okay.
the floor is yours.
Set my clock here so I can time myself. All right. My name is Matt. I'm here to talk to you about Run Cape Cod today. It's basically a company that I've created out of my last 2 years of my life. I've been on my own health and wellness journey. It's been great for me, and I want to share that with other people to help them on their own journey. It's a big problem in the world today, health, wellness, weight, what have you. 2.8 million people die every year due to weight-related issues. 100% preventable and 100% hard to do. So how are we going to fix this problem? Well, we're going to re-educate. We're told how to get healthy in the wrong ways these days. 95% of diets fail because it's a short-term solution to a long-term problem. Okay, you can't fast for 7 days, do a 30-day boot camp, and fix the rest of your life. Probably took you 10 years to get in the shape you're in now. You're not going to fix it in 2 months. We are going to fix it together with a long-term, sustainable plan that you can maintain for the rest of your life. We're going to teach you about the exercise. We're going to teach you about the diet. We're going to teach you how to combine the two so you can sustain them. Client-wise, we're going after 2 types of clients. Okay, we're going to go after the weight loss clients, which are going to be kind of the yo-yo dieters, people that want to lose weight, want to get healthy, haven't quite gotten there. We're going to help you get there. Second group is going to be kind of the health nuts. They're already there. We're going to design some runs for you. We're going to design some programs for you how to get faster, stronger, run longer, and maintain that healthy lifestyle. The main goal is we're going to take group A, the folks who may not be that healthy, turn them into group B. That way they can maintain that healthy lifestyle forever. Hopefully we can have a client forever. Money-wise, how are we going to make money? Well, luckily for me, it's a lot of sweat equity I've already done. Doesn't cost a lot. Probably cost about $2,500 to get it off the ground. That'll be through certifications and websites. My base package, $19.99 a month. I need 10 clients to break even. My middle package, $49.99 a month for the weight loss. I need 5. So profitability is definitely feasible. What do you get for that? You get access to 4 runs. On the weight loss program, you're going to get a diet plan, a nutrition plan, one-on-one coaching once a week, on the fitness level once a month. There's obviously additional revenue streams down the road as the group gets larger through affiliate marketing and sponsorships. But as far as year 1 goes, 10 clients, and I'm there. What would I use the money for? To help get the certifications and to help get the website up and running. It's a great company. Profitability is feasible. Pricing is reasonable. And it's going to help a lot of people. If you have any questions, let me know.
Congratulations. Nice job, Matt. Nice job.
I was nervous.
It's definitely a nerve-wracking thing, but you got through it. You did a great job. You made some great points, and so congratulations, because you made it through the first phase of this. And you know what? It's not about not being scared. It's about, or not being nervous. It's about being able to face those fears. So
Yeah.
at the very least, that's something to be proud of for everybody who's participating tonight. So we're going to ask our third entrepreneur to take the floor, and that is Elizabeth from Liz's Second Chance of Life. So Liz, tell us a little bit about your idea.
Okay, hi, my name is Liz, and in July 5th, 2017, I had a pancreas and kidney transplant. And for my company, I want to do is kidney awareness, and I want to make products such as bracelets, pillows, teddy bears, and a little bit of artwork. It all has my design logo on it that I do with custom makers of for my charms, my decals for the pillows, my patches for the teddy bears. And I think the hard part, the problem is going to be for me is that I'm the only one. I'm going to be doing the sewing and making of my products. And so I'm going to need to hire a couple people to help out, because I can't make 50 teddy bears all by myself. And, the customers I want to bring in are going to be people that had transplants, or are donors of that want to donate organ, or loved ones and friends of people that had transplants. And those are my customers I want to bring in. And how am I going to market it is that I'm going to put it on my own webpage that I'm making, and also sell them on Etsy. And there's a support group on Facebook that I'm in, and also local craft fairs on Cape Cod here. And so that's what my business is, I want to do.
Fantastic. Thank you, Liz.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. So we're gonna keep going forward. We're gonna continue with our version 1.0 pitches, and I'm going to ask the next person to step forward. And Chris from New Latitude Consulting, that is you, sir.
All right. Well, thank you for this opportunity. So nonprofits on Cape Cod are faced with a real problem these days, which is how do you effectively raise money and hold events during a global pandemic? So a lot of organizations have thrown up their hands and decided to circle the wagons, hoping they have enough in reserve to carry them through to better days. The thing is, there are a lot of organizations that don't have that luxury. Instead, they're turning to virtual campaigns or old-fashioned mailings with outright pleas for donations. And let's face it, these campaigns are neither engaging nor inspired. Every virtual campaign looks identical to every other one. And on top of that, they completely fail to support one of the most important aspects of an effective fundraising event: sponsor recognition and engagement. So what are these organizations supposed to do? What can they do? That's where New Latitude comes in. New Latitude works with development teams to reimagine and reinvigorate their development goals. We can take a big tent event, boil it down to the essentials that make that event unique, and reimagine it as a socially distanced, no contact, hybrid event that is engaging, invigorating, and attractive to an existing donor base, and at the same time reaches wider and broader audiences than a traditional in-person event, all while keeping the relevance and prominence of key sponsors in mind. Now, as the founder of New Latitude, what I bring is creative event experience that can help charitable organizations that are stuck in the programming mud. I bring over a decade of event experience to the table, from small entertainment groups to big ticket fundraisers to multi-weekend themed festivals with over 100,000 attendees. Organizations that sign with me get the benefit of my business experience and my track record of creative approaches. Now, in order to do this, I need to be able to reach candidates who can most benefit from these services. That's why I'm here. With your support, I can develop an adaptive and accessible website. I can incorporate essential fundraising software and launch an effective information awareness campaign. There are so many organizations out there who need help and they don't know where to turn. Help me help them by getting my message out to them. The new normal is a reality that we all have to deal with and will continue to have to deal with in the years ahead. The issue isn't just being able to pivot now and quickly, but planning for repercussions of this epidemic down the road. The problem is not going away, but neither are we. We're in this for the long haul, and we will continue to adapt and assist not-for-profits as they navigate these uncharted waters and help them reach a new latitude.
Outstanding. Thank you, Chris. Great job. All right. And I think we have one more of our version 1.0 pitches, and that would be Jace. Jace, it's all you.
All right. Thanks for having me. So for the last 10 years, I've been a personal trainer, from working at the White House with Obama during his first term in the Marine Corps, training Marines to get fitter for combat and other things, to training racehorses in Kentucky, to learning how to surf actually with Obama in Hawaii, where I fell in love with surfing, the water, and eventually paddleboarding. So now I have Sustainable Aqua Life Training, or SALT. I've actually been up and running for the summer, and actually 2020 for me has been probably one of the greatest things that has ever happened. It's been a great year because I've been able to get people out on the water. So I'm a personal trainer now that I train people out on the water on paddleboards, every single type of person. If you've never been on the water, to the type of person that is a pro athlete. This year for paddleboarding has been amazing. And from not even being able to buy paddleboards in the store to being able to, every single type of person's been on the water. So my problem with the fitness industry beforehand was that you have fitness and then you have, you go home, you eat a pizza, and you don't have anything going on with that. Your nutrition's gone. So I've created an online gym. Throughout the summer, we'll be on the water, and then throughout the rest of the year, we're online. I am working on right now creating a program that will be online, automated intelligence, where I can do a studio fitness virtual training. So for my clients that go online, I can see them at home. I have a full nutrition science-backed program that will help them with learning nutrition year-round. Right now, actually, there are people on the water with my Cape Cod subclubs that I started June 1st, and I've now have 400 people, members. I've helped all the local economy with local paddleboard shops, local coffee shops, and other organizations, because people have been going out and buying equipment, or going to Rory's because they're buying nutrition so that they can get fitter to be on the water. So starting with this paddleboarding, going into eventually starting my own online training program that will eventually turn into a coffee shop and outdoor gym, brick and mortar, that will also have a 14-foot long trailer travel gym. I right now run classes from Falmouth all the way to Orleans. So I'm kind of, in a sense, the largest gym on Cape Cod right now. So the money I'm going to use for this is actually going to be going towards new tablets and new equipment to help me make it easier for my members to sign up, to be able to go anywhere and bring fitness to every single type of person. It is also going to go to a smaller trailer that I will be able to go to your house and bring the gym to your house since this is, we're in 2020 and the
That
gym.
is time.
All right.
All
Time.
right.
Thanks, Jace.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Jace. And congratulations to all of the entrepreneurs for being brave enough to put your idea out into the universe and to do that in this format, which can be a little bit scary. So congratulations, guys. Good job.
Yeah.
So with that, we're going to pair our entrepreneurs up with some coaches, and they are going to retire to breakout rooms, and they are going to have an opportunity to work through their ideas a little bit. So the first of our coaches is Asia Atwood. Asia is an entrepreneur, team leader, and cannabis advocate with over 15 years of experience in the engineering industry. She's a mechanical engineer by education and graduated cum laude from Northeastern University. She cut her teeth professionally as an engineering consultant and specialist, working in natural catastrophe risk engineering, and by 2011 started her first entrepreneurial business. Asia currently serves as the CEO of Trella Technologies and president of Climate Disaster Consulting LLC. Asia's business ethos is rooted in the belief that success comes from creating innovative technologies that can be shared with communities that need them the most. Learn more about her mission and her work at www.asiaatwood.com. Kristen, would you like to introduce Paul for us?
Love to. Next up, we have Paul Baldish, our business advisor, Frontline Advisors, and former president of Keyword Connects. Paul is a successful entrepreneur who has created businesses that leverage connection of technology and marketing. His most recent company, Keyword Connects, provides a unique lead generation platform for home improvement companies. A unit of Providence Equity acquired Paul's firm in May 2017. His previous startup provides an internet content and direct response platform serving Fortune 1000 clients selling to small businesses. He sold it to a unit of Havas Worldwide, and Paul holds an electrical engineering degree from Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute and an MBA from the Harvard Business School. He also holds a master's captain's license from the United States Coast Guard. So thanks, Paul.
We also have Dhruv Gupta. Dhruv is a graduate of computer science and government from Harvard. He's an avid technologist who's particularly interested in how technology can improve the efficiencies of cities and transportation. He is also a co-founder of BikePath with one of our judges who you will meet later. At Harvard, he spearheaded research on using machine learning to optimize the planning and operations of bike and scooter sharing networks in cities like Boston and Austin, and was also a managing director at Harvard CVE, a consulting group working with clients like Amazon, Microsoft, and Google. Dhruv has also worked at some of the most prestigious technology teams in the US at companies like Microsoft, Bridgewater, and Capital One, and deeply understands how a background in technology can unlock high impact opportunities at these kinds of companies. So thank you for joining us as one of our coaches.
Next up, we have Becky Menard. She's a co-founder of SmartPack Equine in Plymouth, Mass. With revenues of 150 million and 350 employees, SmartPack is a leader in the equine health industry. Becky holds an MBA from Harvard and is a successful entrepreneur and executive with marketing, sales, strategic planning experience, and a strong background in product development. Key strengths include solving problems and building systems and teams with a customer-centric focus. Extensive background in managing the creative process from initial branding through to the finished marketing materials. Thanks much, Becky.
And last but not least, we have Erin Whitcamper, the Director of Customer Support at Numerated. Erin has worked in technical support for the past 20 years, starting as a software support engineer and then managing a team. She is currently the Director of Support at Numerated, a growth stage financial tech startup. Previously, Erin held leadership positions at EMC, Apple, and a tech startup which was acquired by Citrix in 2017, where Erin remained for 2 years. As a leader, Erin currently mentors several colleagues and others in various roles and has done so for over 10 years. He has been an E4All mentor for the past 4 cohorts on Cape Cod. Welcome, Erin. Thank you for being one of our coaches tonight. So that is our lineup of superstar coaches. We're excited to have you here as part of the event tonight. So as I said, what happens from here is entrepreneurs and coaches will now join breakout rooms for their coaching sessions. Those will be one-on-one sessions where they'll have an opportunity to chat with each other. This was originally slated to end at 7:30. We are a couple of minutes behind, so we're actually going to have breakout rooms automatically close at 7:40, and the program will resume at 7:45 with version 2.0 pitches. So actually I need to make a note for myself that I just said that, because as soon as it leaves my brain, it's gone. And then so breakout rooms will automatically close at 7:40. We're going to give entrepreneurs 5 minutes to go get a glass of water, stretch their legs, do whatever they need to do. And at 7:45, we'll resume with version 2.0 pitches. All right. And with that, I'm going to stop sharing my screen, and I'm going to pause our recording so that we can work on those breakout rooms. All right. So let me get this back up and running. We are officially back and starting back up again now that our entrepreneurs and coaches have had a little time to get together. And as Erin said, that 40 minutes flies by for them when you're trying to sort of hammer out through all of those. So I'm really excited to see what everybody does for their version 2.0 pitches. So the version 2.0 pitches are going to be just a little bit different in that the entrepreneurs will still have 2.5 minutes to do their pitch. But then our panel of judges will have 90 seconds to ask some follow-up questions. We'll give them the opportunity to do that. Again, Kristen's going to be our timekeeper for that. She'll let us know when those 90 seconds are up. And then Kristen and I are going to go back and forth a little bit, and we'll talk a little bit about the program and some of the upcoming things that are happening with E4All in between the pitches, just to give our judges a couple minutes to be able to jot down some of their thoughts, either on paper or in the software. So with that, I would like to introduce everybody to our judges panel. So Kristen, would you like to start off and introduce Cynthia?
Yes. So first up, we have Cynthia Furtado. Cynthia is owner-partner of Salt Pond Realty LLP in Falmouth. She's an entrepreneur at heart and believes it's important for Cape Cod to have local businesses and for the community to support them. She enjoys spending her free time outdoors, volunteering in Falmouth, and she's on the E4All Cape Cod board. Thanks, Cynthia.
Thank you.
Joining Cynthia, we have John Rogel, who is a senior finance executive and CPA, who has served as a divisional CFO for most of his career for a number of premier names in financial services, including Fidelity and TIAA, where he supported various divisions ranging from sales, wealth management, marketing, client services, technology, and procurement. Currently, John is a virtual business advisor to entrepreneurs in the Goldman Sachs 10,000 Small Business Initiative. John is a past president of the Boston chapter of Financial Executives International. John is a graduate of Babson College and currently serves on its board of advisors. Welcome, John. Thank you for being part of this tonight.
John. And next up, we have Somal Singh. Somal is the co-founder of Bike Path, a web app that tells bike and scooter sharing providers where to place their bikes and scooters to maximize revenue. His Bike Path was funded by Y Combinator, an early stage investor in companies like Airbnb, Dropbox, and Stripe. Somal honed his technical experience in machine learning at Bridgewater Associates, the world's largest hedge fund, where he worked on automating their trading platform, and at e-commerce technology startup Radiance Labs, where he led work on their natural language understanding technology. Thanks for being here, Somal.
Good to meet everyone.
Welcome to all of you. Thank you for being here tonight. So with that, we have our introduction to our panel of judges. Are you guys ready to hear version 2.0 from our entrepreneurs?
Yes.
Let's do it.
Definitely.
Yes.
Let's do it.
All right, so let's once again start off with Cindy from Coupons for Cape Cod. Cindy, the floor is yours. Did we let Cindy back into the meeting?
She's on mute. There she is.
Can you hear me now?
Can hear you now.
All right. So stop the clock, Kristen.
I'll just start it once you start talking.
Okay, that's better. Thank you. Okay, so being a Cape Cod resident, actually a Washoe Shore, I've noticed there's a similar need for both small businesses as well as consumers here. Both want to save money, small businesses when they advertise and consumers when they purchase products and services. My mission for Cape Cod, Coupons for Cape Cod, is to solve both these needs, a website where consumers save and small businesses prosper. My Coupons for Cape Cod website is designed so that consumers actually look and go when they're searching for a specific product or service they need and want right then and there. They simply print out the coupon if applicable or click on the coupon and they'll be sent directly to the business's special or package deal on their site. For the month of July, I had over 1,000 unique visitors using the site, which I think is pretty good for a startup. And to attract new vendors, I'm offering a free trial and then offer monthly memberships ranging from $10 a month to $35 a month, depending on what makes sense for the businesses. I do expect to break even in 6 months, which will take approximately 20 vendors. I say approximately because it'll depend if they have the $10 membership or the $35. So obviously I can't do an exact number. But I do expect it'll take 20 vendors to cover my monthly expenses from there. And then if I won the $1,500, I would use it towards hiring a social media expert. I have the website, like I said, it's up and running. I have traffic to it. I need the expertise in getting it out there. And I've already have somebody lined up. She's given me a price package and everything. So I'm ready to rock and roll with the marketing, but I really could use that money towards that. So thanks so much for taking the time to listen to my endeavor, and I hope you consider me. Thanks.
Fantastic. And so now we'll turn it over to our panel of judges. Kristen.
Yeah, so at this point, what I don't think that I told all of the judges. So if judges, when you have a question, if you'll just chat me personally, Kristen Marshall, Kristen is CH, and just shoot a question mark. And when I see a question mark, I'll call on you. That way you don't have to try to interrupt each other. So I see the first question. I'll start a timer for 90 seconds, which is what we have for each person. John, you have the first question.
First question, how many actual vendors do you have on your platform today?
I have probably 600 vendors, but the reason I have so many is because when the pandemic hit, I pivoted to make it a small business directory. So that would be for the benefit of our small businesses to get it out there. People wanted to know who was open, you know, phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. So I went away from the coupons because that wasn't going to be advantageous with what we were going through, and I made it as that small business directory. And that's where I got a lot of traffic going to it, because you can do a search by town, you can do a search by open, you know, curbside pickup, take up, pickup, that kind of thing.
All right, next we have Somel.
Great, awesome pitch.
Thank you.
One of the problems you mentioned you're having is creating an awareness in the community about your website. I'm wondering, up till now, what customer segment have you found this resonates most strongly with? And is there a way to just specifically target that segment in your marketing effort to make this grow faster?
Okay, so the answer to that is restaurants, and that is due to the pandemic. When this first hit, the first things that were open were restaurants, curbside pickup, you know, takeout, that kind of thing. So there was one in particular, but I joined a ton of Facebook groups. One in particular was for that, and they progressed as, you know, everything as it opened, you know, things opened. Everyone would be asking questions. Does, you know, in Dennis, does anyone know if this restaurant opened? And I would reply with the link to the specific, you know, the link to the website to that town, surrounding towns, and what they were particularly looking for. Some, you know, then it got to waterfront, people would ask. So it was restaurants. It still is restaurants, but now I want to go back to, now that things are open, I want to go back to my original mission, which was to offer coupons. And it's more for the locals, for like the local laundromat or the chimney cleaner, that kind of thing, because we're getting into more of that season. But what I did was I pivoted because I thought
that is the time. Thanks, Cindy.
All right. Great job.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So we're going to give the judges just a couple of minutes to start to write down some of their thoughts. While they're doing that, I want to talk about one of the programs that E4All offers, which is our accelerator program. And tonight's event is a little bit like an accelerator light. The way the accelerator program works, if you have a business idea, if you've just launched a business, or even if you have a small business that has started and you're looking to pivot or grow it, the E4All accelerator is for everyone. And we have our next one that's coming up, fall 2020. We do run this twice a year, so applications are open for the fall accelerator for about another week. I mean, the great thing about this is this accelerator is free to our entrepreneurs. We are an economic advancement organization, and so we make all of these programs free to the entrepreneurs by funding through our grants and through private donations. We are conducting it in a virtual environment. You know, if at some point things change and we're able to meet in person again, we will do that. But we've already done one virtual accelerator so that, you know, we've got the tried and we've gone through the trials and tribulations, and we know that this is something that can be translated into a virtual environment so people can do it from the safety and comfort of their own homes. So as I mentioned, those accelerator applications are open right now. Applications must be submitted by Wednesday, August 12th at noon. So that is next Wednesday. So if you know someone who this might be a good fit for, visit e4all.org. You can have them, some of the key dates are in there. Information about the program itself is in there, and the link to the application is in there as well. And the accelerator program, as I mentioned tonight, is sort of accelerator light, because what happens is in the first 3 months during the intensive period, entrepreneurs are given structured classroom curriculum with information ranging from what kind of business organization is right for you, how do you do cash projections, how do you price your products or services. Each entrepreneur is also made up with a team of 3 mentors who act as their coaches, much as our group did tonight, to help them ask some of the questions and work through the concepts as they're developing their business. So feel free. We would love to have you help us get the word out for folks who could use the help, whether it's a new business, you know, if they're home now and, you know, for some people they've been laid off and this is the opportunity to actually launch into it when you might not have had time otherwise, and so could potentially be a blessing in disguise for some people. And for some businesses, you know, sort of the sweet spot where we think we can help people is if they have $50,000 or less in annual revenue. So for some existing businesses, there might still be some opportunity to build some of those foundational pieces as well. So that's the spiel on the E4All Fall Accelerator that's coming up soon. And I'm sure that that is enough out of me at this point. What you really want to hear is you want to hear the next entrepreneur with their version 2.0 pitch. And so with that, we're going to turn it back over to Matt from Run Cape Cod. Matt, you are up.
Hi guys, my name is Matt. I'm here from Run Cape Cod. Thanks for joining us today. Run Cape Cod is a personalized exercise and nutrition company. We're going to develop individualized plans to help people maintain a healthy lifestyle. They're going to maintain that down the road in a social setting with similarly health-conscious people to help them stay motivated and focused. This was me in 2017. This was me in 2019. This is not a fad. This is not a 7-day cleanse. This is not a 60-day boot camp. Those don't work. 95% of diets fail, and that's because it's a short-term solution to a long-term problem. I'm not going to be one of the 2.8 million people who die every year due to a weight-related illness. And with my help, no one else will either. Our client base is basically anyone who wants to get healthier. That's going to go from the yo-yo dieter who needs a little extra help, and that's going to go all the way to the guy who's running a half marathon. We're going to help you get faster and run longer and be strong. Price point, it's going to be based on a monthly subscription. The basic needs, if you just need a little help running, you don't need all the weekly meetings and the nutrition plans, $19.99 a month. Someone who needs a little more help, losing the weight, getting those personalized nutrition plans, $49.99 a month. Base cost for year 1 is going to be about $2,500 bucks. I need 10 clients to break even. On the higher plan, I need 5. Profitability is definitely feasible and the pricing is reasonable. You know, Run Cape Cod has helped change my life. With this money, I can help change other people's lives. It will go towards the website and it will go towards the certifications I need to help get me started. I've been doing this for over 2 years now. I have a separate page that has over 1,500 followers that talks about this kind of information. I've been through it. I know it. I know how to help people. And I'm looking forward to the chance to help people in the future. If you have any questions, please let me know, and I appreciate you all being here. That's it.
Fantastic.
Thanks, Matt.
Great job. Kristen.
All right, so at this time, judges, if you'll shoot me a question mark if you have any questions for Matt. And once we get the first one kicked off, I'll start the timer for 90 seconds.
You answered every question, Matt.
Oh, sweet. I
Yeah,
get it.
first one we got is John. John has a question.
So there's obviously a lot of competition in that market, and a lot of people are trying to do the exact same thing. How are you going to market your services and differentiate yourself?
Well, a couple of different ways. There are a lot of people who hawk, weight loss items and fads and things of that nature. The first thing I've been through it and I've done it. So it doesn't matter how many books you've read, how much knowledge you have. If you haven't been through it, it's harder to teach other people. Second, this is a long-term plan. This is not a 30-day fix. You're going to get a plan, and basically it's going to we're going to take a little bit of the diet, we're going to fix that first, and then we're going to start on the exercise. Where people fault is they go to the gym for 20 hours a week, they try to change all their diet at once. Of course, exercising more makes you more hungry. If you haven't learned how to eat, you're just going to fail. So we're a long-term company. We're not a quick fix company.
All right, we're going to give anybody else any other follow-ups?
I do.
All right, Cynthia.
Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. I clicked in. I don't know if you heard me. One of my questions is, this is a great idea, and I can just see in the summertime when people have disposable income and they're busy and they can get on board, but with the economic situation on the Cape, and especially with the coronavirus, what happens when all of a sudden everybody starts to scale back? It's winter time and they still need your services, but money's tight or the weather's horrible. What do you plan to do to keep them?
Yeah, well, I'm crazy, so I'm still going to run anyway. So if those folks who want to do that, they're welcome to join. Nutrition's a year-round thing. If we go from in-person, we'll go to Zoom meetings and what have you. So that's easily fixable. Yeah, disposable income, I don't think the price point is that high. I think it's cheaper than any personal trainer you'll find. Once you get the results and you see how it's going to happen, I don't think anyone's going to balk at the price. And then in the winter, we can do, again, Zoom workouts. We can do stretches, do some kind of work. It's not going to be as great as, the year-round thing, but we'll get out there as soon as we can.
Okay,
Deal.
great.
That's time. Thanks, Matt.
Yep.
Awesome. Good job. So we're gonna give the panel of judges an opportunity to sort of put some of their thoughts down. And while they're doing that, Kristen, can you talk a little bit about the mentoring process and what's going on right now in our world as it relates to mentors?
Sure. So when folks are selected to go into the accelerator, so we run accelerators every fall and spring. And each fall and spring will accept 13 to 15 business owners to usually start with an idea. And by the end of it, we hope that they've launched a business. But each of those folks is paired up with a team of 3 mentors. And so you can see some of these teams in the photos in front of you. And essentially the mentors are each team has a different dynamic. It's different as each of the personalities, but it's wonderful to see kind of the progress that people make throughout the accelerator. That is something that you definitely see is lots of progress, just kind of like we're seeing right now. Get a little coaching, a little expertise, and just an outside opinion. Sometimes it can really move a business and ideas forward. And so mentors are a volunteer role. You sign up for a 1-year commitment, but essentially most of the volunteering happens within the first 12 weeks. So mentors meet with the entrepreneurs once a week for 90 minutes during the 12 weeks of the intensive period of the accelerator. And then they meet once a month with the team for the following 9 months to finish out the year and kind of maintain progress. But it's a kind of, mentors tell me it's a wonderful experience and generally, and it's really fun to see kind of these teams grow. So we're also currently recruiting for mentors. So if anybody is interested in that role, I'd love to talk to you.
Thank you, Kristen.
Thanks, man.
So with with that, we're going to segue into our next version 2.0 pitch, which is going to come from Liz. Liz, the floor is yours.
Hello?
Hello, it's all yours.
Okay. I can't, oh, sorry. Can't see the caption.
Liz,
Okay.
you are correct. It is yours.
Okay. Sorry, I couldn't see the caption. Hi, my name is Liz, and on July 5th, 2017, I had a kidney pancreas transplant. And for my business, I want to make products such as teddy bears, bracelets, pillows, and I'm going to be creating these products myself. Like with the teddy bears, I'm doing my own noses, eyeballs, and then the patches, a custom made design with my logo on it. This is my logo for the patches, and also the charms for my bracelet, and the pillows for the decals for the pillows. And you know, like I said, I'm going to be creating these products and with my labels also on them. I am in a support group on Facebook for the kidney awareness, and sorry, and you know, sorry, and I think that the customers, well, I know that the customers I need to have are people that had transplants, donors that want to donate organs, loved ones, friends of people that had transplants. And the business that I want to market is my own webpage that my daughter's helping me create, SD, Cape Cod Arts and Crafts on local craft fairs, and also on the support group on Facebook. I would love to have those customers and that market. And sorry, so nervous.
You're doing great.
And I think that just to you know, show the awareness of the transplant for kidneys and transplant, and that's about it. Thank you for your support and the community of Cape Cod. That was so bad. I'm so sorry. Kind of like froze up.
It's hard to adapt on the fly. You're doing a great job, and I loved being able
I
to
even
see
had my cards.
I loved being able to see your logo. So, Kristen, can I turn it over to you?
Yes. So now we will ask judges if you have a question to shoot me a question mark in the chat. First question is from.
I can't hear you.
Somo has a question. Let's see if this works.
Hi. Yeah, so I'm super interested to learn more about the other kinds of customers you could bring into this business. So I want to ask you, beyond these support groups, are there other organizations or like more formal organizations in the area that are really interested in increasing awareness for the health issues that you've identified, whether that be hospitals or insurance or any other type of organization?
I haven't, we don't have really too much organizations on Cape Cod. It's mostly off Cape. You know, I had my transplant at Boston, Beth Israel. They do a lot of transplants up there. And I'm just not just talking about, I'm talking about kidney, liver, pancreas, lung. It's all, they don't really do too much on Cape Cod. And with the support group that I'm on Facebook, it's all of United States, people all over that have the transplants or are waiting for a transplant or loved ones that are in the support group that is on Facebook.
And next, Cynthia has a question.
I have a question. It sounds to me like awareness is a big part of your mission for this business. And I was understanding from you that you have support groups that you can sell the products to and people that have been involved. I was wondering, do you think that having, yourself or people help you sell in the future at like craft shows or a church bazaar, places like that, is that a good place for your business to set up and help people understand more of what your mission is?
Correct. Yes. Yeah, like the local craft fairs and the bazaars and stuff on Cape Cod here. I would love to set up my products there and try to sell them to the people and have them come over and they can ask me any questions they want about the awareness that I'm trying to bring out to the community, about transplant and how you could be a donor. That's one of the main things is people are always looking for donors, and
okay.
Good deal. Thank you. That is the time. Thanks, Elizabeth.
Thank you so much, Elizabeth. All right. So again, we're going to give our judges a few moments. And Kristen, maybe in this time you can talk a little bit about the eForever program and what's going on, what it is and what's going on with it right now.
Definitely. E4All has developed a strategic partnership with another organization called eForever. And it's essentially where E4All launches new businesses. eForever helps folks sustain and thrive and grow. So oftentimes folks go through our accelerator and they love it. And then after a year, we check in, but it's just Amanda and I, and we're launching the new businesses. So where do they go? And so now we have an answer to that, and we're excited that eForever has launched its first program on Cape Cod. So what is eForever? They are groups of 8 to 12 small business owners that meet monthly for a facilitated discussion, and essentially they work on problems that are coming up in the group. So say somebody in the group needs to hire. Well, then the facilitator will work on a conversation and have those peers kind of help each other work through that issue. So it's just essentially when folks are accepted into these small groups, there's no end date. So essentially they can stay in that group as long as they like. I guess the average term is 3 years that people stay in these groups and meet monthly and just have a group of other business owners because it's lonely oftentimes, and this is kind of their group that they can go to and work out their problems. And again, it's another 501c3, it's a free program. So we're really happy to have it on Cape, and it's a wonderful kind of next step that we can offer to eForeall folks. But it's worth mentioning to you that folks do not have to go through eForeall to join eForever. So if you do know a small business owner on Cape Cod who could utilize this program, please let them know. They can just Google eForever Cape Cod. They are recruiting for their next small group, which is going to start in September.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Kristen. You explained that way better than I could have. I love it. And so with that, we're going to continue forward, and we're going to ask our next entrepreneur, Chris, if you would be kind enough to take the floor and take it over from here.
Absolutely. So Navigator Elder Homes was a new concept on Martha's Vineyard that planned a large big tent brunch as an annual event with the goal to raise $300,000 to serve the senior community out there this summer. Now you fast forward to 2020 and COVID-19, Navigator had no way to raise their desperately needed funds. That's why they called us. New Latitude reimagined their event in a way that works in this time of the new normal. We first created a hybrid event where we delivered a gourmet brunch basket to all the participants on a sunny Sunday. We were able to acknowledge sponsors on the inside cover of the basket, and we then led a virtual program after the deliveries were completed so that all of the participants could enjoy their brunch and their event together online. In the end, New Latitude was able to raise $250,000 for this essential charity on the vineyard. Now, there are several hundred charities on Cape Cod and the islands just like Navigator, and they all need to raise money. And they need to do so increasingly online and through virtual or hybrid events. This is my business opportunity. It's the opportunity for fees and commissions in executing events like the one that, for Navigator, which can range between 10 and 25%. If you multiply that by the hundreds of organizations that need help on the Cape, the opportunities are enormous. My approach to sales so far has been through networking. In addition to Navigator, I've got 2 other clients that we're finalizing an agreement with and 2 others that I'm negotiating with. My immediate approach to more sales is to continue developing my network through to the end of the year, and I'll continue to explore some other channels, but I've been serving clients and executing events like this for over 10 years, and I have a consistent record of return for my clients. I'm excited to bring a fresh approach to this work through this new company. Now, to do this, I need to be able to reach candidates who can most benefit from these services, which is why I'm here. There are hundreds of organizations out there who need help and don't know where to turn. With support, I can launch a direct mailing campaign and a digital AdWords campaign to reach more of these clients sooner. And in this way, I'll not only grow faster, but I'll be able to generate needed funds for many more needy companies. Help me help them by getting my message out to them. This new normal is a reality that we all have to deal with, and we'll have to continue to deal with in the years ahead. The issue isn't just being able to pivot now and quickly, but it's also planning for the repercussions of this epidemic down the road. The problem's not going away, but neither are we. We're in this for the long haul, and we will continue to adapt and assist non-for-profits as they navigate these uncharted waters, and we will help them reach a new latitude. Thank you.
Nice, Chris. So at this time, I've got the timer reset. So if judges, if you have any questions, just shoot me a question mark and I will send it along. All right, Somel.
Hey, good to meet you. I'm just wondering, could you clarify your business model? Are you taking, are you doing some kind of like revenue share agreement, or is it a they pay you a fixed fee or something like that?
Partly. So I have three different approaches to revenue, which I'll encapsulate as quickly as I can. There's straight up consulting, which is just an hourly fee, which I can offer for organizations that already have some infrastructure. I have workshops for organizations with larger infrastructures where I can come in and do a 2-day or a 3-day workshop where we really blow their calendar apart and really break down some of the events they're planning. And then for the larger companies that have small organizations, I can go into full-scale event planning and execution where I can bring in some resources. And that's where I actually earn a commissionable on those. So there's a couple of different opportunities depending on the size of the organization and what their needs are. And I try to be as flexible as I can because not-for-profits can range from all volunteer to full-scale professional.
John.
John, I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
In the event planning world, how many people do you have, do you typically engage in when you're planning events?
Really depends on the event. It depends, and that sounds like a really mealy-mouthed response. I've got a lot of different organizations that I subcontract with, large event planners on Cape, other volunteer organizations. I've got entertainers, contractors, resources. Depending on where the event's located and what the event needs, I can pull in independent event planners to assist me, and they would receive a percentage of my commissions, or I simply contract and organize the logistics, such as, you know, for the brunch event, hiring the bakers, coordinating the vans, working with the organizations, and I can do that internally as well. For some of those expenses, I'm able to pass those on to the client, and I really try to be budget conscious for the client and be aware of what they can spend. If they've got the money to spend on an event and they can afford the resources, then I can bring in bigger guns. If not, I try to keep it in-house as much as possible.
Excellent. Thanks, Chris.
Fantastic. All right. So we're going to, again, give our folks a little bit of time to start writing down some of their thoughts. And, you know, in addition to all of the things that we're doing with their programming, our pitch contests and all ideas workshops, our accelerators and eForever, we also have a group of committed alumni and mentors who have joined an event committee, and they are helping us put on monthly programming, both for alumni and for mentors, and they are doing some fun and interesting things on the horizon. And we actually have our acting chairperson, Todd Kep, is here tonight. So Todd, can you give us just a little bit of overview of what's going on and what we need to know about the Alum and Mentor Event Committee?
Absolutely. So first of all, to all the people in the pitch contest, great job so far. You know, even your first round was great. And I completely understand your nerves, because I actually did the pitch contest back in July of 2019, and I was the second place winner. So I fully understand, and it's a difficult thing. I also went through the accelerator program in the fall of 2019. So if you guys are looking at doing something like that, it's a great program. It's helped me launch my business, and it's just a great program. So I can't say enough about it. And during that, really, we came up with this concept to come up with an event committee to keep the alum in contact with each other after the program ends. And I was really fortunate with my cohort. We're still really tight, and we have our own page. We talk to each other all the time. But really, the goal of this committee was to keep not only just my cohort together and doing things, but all the rest of the cohorts, especially in Cape Cod, and also to network through these events. So what we did is we came up with some really fun events. We're going to go through a couple of them. I'll only take a few seconds, but every summer we typically do a mentor mixer beach bonfire, which that one's kind of been put on hold for now just due to COVID. We've had a couple of game nights, which we actually get on Zoom, and we do these games together, have a few beers and a lot of laughs, and those are a lot of fun. We've got a couple things coming up that I think are going to be a lot of fun. Some stuff that we came up with, a virtual dinner party, which I think is going to be interesting, where we all cook a meal and we eat in front of the cameras, which traditionally you don't typically do, but it's a way to break bread and really become good friends with different cohort members that you don't know too well, do some networking. One of the other ideas we have coming up, I believe it's going to be this month or early next month, is going to be, and this is going to be interesting because you guys are doing it, an alumni pitch contest, where I'm trying to figure out if we're going to do mentors versus alum, or if we're just going to kind of do it all together. And there's no money in it, but there's going to be prizes. And what we're going to do is we're going to pull from all the different alums businesses, and we're going to see who wants to donate some prizes. I'm the founder of a company called Mass Paranormal Adventures, where we do group ghost hunts. I'll be donating a group ghost hunt for 2 people. So that would be my contribution. And we've got plenty of others we can pull from. Terraza, Candles by Terraza's in there. I think she's probably going to donate some candles and stuff. But this is a really fun group. And not only that, but we're really working on finding new members. So if any of you on here are mentors, we really are looking for a couple of mentors to join the committee, because we really need your input on how to bring the alum and the mentors together in some of these events. And then eventually, if some of you do the accelerator program, you're going to be invited to these as well. So we're always looking at bringing new members on, coming up with new ideas and fun ways so we can keep in touch and keep this family growing and really just plan different things with each other. So
Thanks so much, Todd. I appreciate you giving us all the update. Sissy approves. I don't know if you could hear her, but Sissy approves. Okay, so with that, let's again revert back to our entrepreneurs. And Jace, I'm going to pass it over to you. Would you come in and do your 2.0 for us?
I will. That's what I'm here for. All right. So I am Jace, and I own Sustainable Aqua Life Training, which is a paddleboard fitness, nutrition, and adventure company. This year, we just started this summer. We're a COVID company because we've completely innovated and created a new company and fitness business because of COVID. It was completely different last year. And so it's exciting because my paddleboard fitness business this past summer has been booming. I just literally got a text saying everybody's heading to Bad Martha's from the Cape Cod Sub Club that I started, which just grew 400 members because they all want to hang out. So mental health, that's what the deep health is what we're working on. I will be doing trips to Bali, Mexico, Norway, doing health retreats, 1 week health retreats. So bringing Cape Cod on kind of on the map. A lot of big things happening and a lot more than I can talk about right now. The main reason I'm here is I'm looking to add an artificial intelligence online fitness program called Pinoe to my winter program. Obviously, paddleboarding is going to stop when it gets cold. So I want to keep my clients going with Pinoe. It includes nutrition programming. It includes, it's a metabolic analyzer. So my clients can come to me or I can go to them and I put a mask on them and it will analyze their metabolic rate, how they burn nutrients, fats, carbs, and release their energy. So I can pinpoint and bring fitness a little bit more exact to them, right? We leave the gym, we don't eat right. You know, we all know this. This program will allow you to have a cinematic experience at home while I train you. It will do posture feedback, so I can see if you're squatting incorrectly. The computer will analyze it, take pictures of it, and we can analyze it later. Auto movement correction, so it will say, you know, get lower, things like that. It allows the members to do contests and has music streaming. So this is just like being in a studio. It's scientifically proven with different universities, including Rutgers and George Washington University, backing it. And it will allow me to eventually have, once I have, my goal is to get 500 members, which is about $10,200 a month of a monthly membership in many different ways. But to allow me to get to that point where next year I can then grow even more and do a lot more. I've already built the community. All right.
Yeah. Nice, Jace. All right. So Amanda is figuring out breakout rooms. Here's where we're going to, actually, do we have one more commercial break, Amanda? Or are we headed straight to breakout rooms?
It's up to you. I was going to say you could do your Q&A for Jace. And then if you want the
sorry, Jace,
the judges could go and deliberate, and I can do the I can sort of kick off the conversation here in the main room with the update on Pete.
Excellent. So first off, let's have some questions for Jace. So if judges want to send me any question marks. Somal.
Hey, how's it going? So it sounds like you want to use this third-party technology provided to your members throughout the winter season to retain them, make sure they don't churn. How are you planning on making money during that time? What's preventing your clients from just going straight to that software? What's the sort of value add that you're providing in your service?
Definitely. So the software is only available to gyms and facilities. So you have to be certified in that program, and there is a certification that goes with it. I'm already certified in many other things. But this will allow me to not only offer classes to them with me, but be able to hire other trainers and do that. This system, because, you know, the issue with training so far has been all these gyms are trying to go outside or do virtual training. It's awkward, network problems, things like that. This money is going to allow me to invest in that program and then also invest in better internet and things like that so that I can really be the post-COVID gym.
John or Cynthia?
Oh, hi. So my question is this, between your last presentation and the one that you just gave, you were talking about having trailers that had different components and being here and there. How many employees do you either have or do you want to have, and what kind of support do you have for them? I wonder if you're spread so thin, if you're Cape wide. I'm confused as to exactly how to zero in on, do you see every single person, or do you have employees that are working with you and people take different groups and you're in different places?
Yeah, I've invested in a program called ZenPlanner. It's a gym software company that gives me the ability to create calendars. You can get an app so you can see what's available. And it's normally meant for CrossFit or martial arts style gyms. And I've utilized this and kind of recreated it so that When you go on there, you'll see that it says Shallow Pond in Hyannis, or it will say Upper Mill Pond in Brewster. Right now it's me that trains. I train, I have around 100 members, and then I have some that drop in here and there. And then I have a yoga instructor. We do paddleboard yoga every Wednesday and Sunday. With this trailer, this company is going to create a gym that I'll be able to go places. Like I was just at a paddleboard race in Vermont, which I'll be bringing races to the Cape, and I'll be able to do events with that, different training programs, different things that will allow me to be there. I'm part of a mentorship program. It's nationwide through Living Fit. So I'm a Battle Ropes Level 4 Master Trainer. I will make this a destination gym, so people will be able to come to me. And they're going to do certifications. So all my employees, as of next year, we're going to be doing paddleboard yoga certs. We're going to be doing battle rope certs, different certifications, so my trainers can focus on continuing education, and I can have permanent gym spots all over the Cape.
All right, so that is time. Thanks, Jason. And so, yeah, Amanda, you ready?
We're ready. So if you want to.
All right, so yeah, so essentially judges deliberation, how we're going to do is we're going to go out, we're going to talk about it, we'll come back, and we'll have your results. So judges, if you'll hit the join.
All right. We have everybody. And if you're not seeing that, I think. All right, good news, guys. They're gone. We can talk about them now. So I'm really interested to hear from you guys. We're going to give them about 10 minutes to sort of talk through this. So I'm really interested to hear how this process was for all of you guys. Tell me a little bit, maybe entrepreneurs, do you want to start and talk to me a little bit about what does it feel like to be coached? And is that 40 minutes endless? Is it fast? How did that work for you guys?
Yeah, it was very helpful, and I could have definitely used a lot more time because it was good information.
Matt, what about you?
Yeah, I thought it was fast, but it was super helpful, and they kind of help your sporadic thoughts get into specific thoughts, because your ideas are in your head, but these people haven't heard it before, so it's really helping you focus on clarity, which is super important, super helpful.
Very cool. Chris, do you feel comfortable sharing a little bit about, what's maybe one thing that you guys covered in your coaching session?
Sure. Well, I mean, in general, I thought it was great. Paul helped me out phenomenally in the sense that he was able to help me find, some of the power words and rephrase some of the things. I tend to talk a lot in the passive voice, and he was like, no, strong voice. I'm like, okay, I got it. And it was really helpful. It definitely went by really fast. I think we spent a couple of minutes just trying to get on the same page with each other, not in a negative way, but just syncing up. And then once we did, we were off to the races. And next thing we know, it's 2 minutes before we're supposed to go, and I'm like, do I have enough time? So it was awesome. Paul, thank you.
Very cool. Liz, how about you? Tell me a little bit about your coaching session. You had Aaron, and I'm so sorry, you poor thing.
Oh no, he was really great and stuff. And I wrote down so much, and then once I got back, I like froze and I couldn't say anything. And I know I don't speak too clearly because I'm deaf. And I got my hearing aids in. I got the caption down here, but I get so nervous because I'm like looking at the caption, like, oh my God, what am I gonna say? But I don't know. Well, it was great though with him,
I'll tell you that this is, I had no idea that you feel like you weren't speaking clearly. I had no problem understanding you at all at any point in any of the conversations that we've had. And I think it's hard, right? Because you're in this coaching session and you're getting all of this information and you're trying to process things on the fly. It's not, it's not as easy as, oh, I'm going to do it and then I can pick it all up and do it again. That's actually a really tough thing to do. So I think
I would do much better if I was like in person and I could show what my products, like, show my things, my labels and stuff, and but
it is that there are some definite challenges that go with being in the virtual environment.
Yeah.
Jace, what about you? Tell me a little bit about your coaching session and what maybe something you covered during your session.
Yeah, I mean, it just, helped me pinpoint, like, what am I here for specifically currently? Like, what's coming up next for my company? I've been doing good, and it's growing, and it's going to grow. I mean, I've been turning away clients, and so this is the program that I'm looking at. That's what I needed to talk to, and she was able to kind of help me pinpoint that. And even that program, there's so much to talk about that it's kind of hard for 2.5 minutes. But it was fun. It was good. And I enjoyed it.
So now I'd love to hear it from the other perspective. I'd love to hear it from the coach's perspective. Tell us a little bit about, I'm interested, is this what you expected, or did you find anything that was a surprise to you? Was that 40 minutes, was 40 minutes the right length of time? We're still experimenting here. So Aaron, what do you think? I see you've already unmuted yourself. What feedback do you have?
I think, 40 minutes is short, but any longer and it just wouldn't have been, productive for anybody, and we wouldn't have been able to get it done in this time. So, I think 40 minutes is enough time to go, okay, run through it again. And then, let's break down each section of it and, what can we do different with it? And, so, I think it's a good format, and I think that's about the right time.
Cool. Becky, how about you? Tell me a little bit about what your thought process is on this.
Yeah, I agree that was the right amount of time, because if you gave us more time, we would have taken it apart too much to be able to turn around and do the presentation again. But I have to say, it reminded me how much I want to do mentoring next session. So.
I will tell Kristen you said that.
Okay.
Paul, how about for you? Tell me a little bit about maybe one thing that you guys covered during your session. Oh, I can't hear you. Oh, there you go.
I had to get unmuted here. And I agree with Chris. It took us a few minutes to kind of get on the same page and certainly on the same team. But then we were very much streamlined with a focus on how do you deliver a compelling message succinctly in a very short period of time? And so we had, with the business opportunity, there's a lot there. It was a matter with Chris of bringing that to the surface. And we were able to do that in a very, very open-minded, constructive way. And I felt it worked really, really, really well. It was very satisfying.
Cool. Yeah, it's fun. I'll tell you, it's fun for me seeing you guys doing your version 1 pitch and then coming back and doing your version 2 pitch and hearing how your message has evolved. That is fun as a spectator to see how that, that process has worked. Asia, tell me a little bit about your coaching session and how it was for you guys.
Yeah, sure. It went really well. I think 40 minutes is short, but I'd agree going any longer would kind of maybe, complicate things. I tried to think about maybe setting aside some time for Jace to practice on his own. Like I gave him his own time, gave him feedback, gave him some time to try to process it, work it out, and then came back to it and tried to do a last minute, pitch to me just real quickly with a new thing. And but we could have used maybe 10 more minutes to nail it down, but I think there were tremendous improvements, and everybody did great from 1 to 2 in my opinion. So I thought this is really useful, really great.
I think you bring up a great point, Asia, which is that processing, there's only so much you can process to change, without it becoming completely overwhelming. And I think that's a real challenge, both for the entrepreneurs and for the coaches, of trying to figure out what that balance is. Dhruv, how about you? Tell me a little bit about what that process was for you guys, for your team.
Yeah, working with Matt was so much fun. It was a blast. And I think I think we could have benefited from 10 more minutes. I think we could have benefited from actually, I think one thing that might be an interesting approach would be to have the pitch, get some feedback, and then take like an evening to, you know, like think about it, sleep on it, and then the next day have a little bit more polish. Because as Matt was mentioning, I think one of the biggest things is, you know, you've got all these great ideas in your head and you've got all these great statistics and these great ideas, and you want to like get them really clear and get them straight. And it's hard to do that when you're feeling kind of nervous and like got hopped up on adrenaline and things like that. So yeah, I think that could have been helpful, but otherwise it was super fun.
I love that description, hopped up on adrenaline. That feels right. That feels
Yeah.
accurate.
Yeah.
So our judges have come back, and before I turn it over to Kristen, I would like to ask, can everybody unmute for a second? And can we have a round of applause for these guys for being bold enough to put their idea out there and do this?
Nice job.
Great job. So I'm gonna start the screen sharing here, and Chris, I'm gonna turn it over to you to start having the conversation of what happened with your judges' deliberation. Do you have some money to award to people or anything?
Excellent. So we do. And so just again, thanks for everybody for participating, to our coaches, to our judges. We couldn't do it without you. And we do have, our coach, John, is going to let us know who got the $1,500 and what the judges were thinking.
Okay, thank you, Kristen. First of all, great job to the entire group for your presentations. We've thoroughly enjoyed listening to you for off and on for the last hour or so. And after much deliberation, we've decided to, we have selected New Latitude and Chris as the recipient of the $1,500. We were impressed by your confidence, your enthusiasm, the clarity of your presentation, and certainly wish you the best. And we hope you put the money to good use.
Congratulations,
Excellent.
Chris.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Nice.
Kristen, what comes next?
Next up, we have a surprise prize, which is for most improved pitch. And so for that, Cynthia has the results.
So the most, are you ready for me?
Ready, Cynthia.
So the most improved goes to Cindy. And Cindy, your second presentation was significantly better with the coaching that you received. You seemed more relaxed, more confident. Your presentation in general was more clear, and you will be receiving the $250 cash reward.
Congratulations. Great job.
Oh, Cindy.
Thank you.
Good job.
Great job. Great job for everybody.
Yeah, and I'd like to reiterate that, which is that it was really very satisfying and exciting to hear you guys put your ideas out into the universe, give them a go, and then sit down with somebody and come back and have that idea, you know, even further refined. And we're really excited to see where you guys go, all of you, where you guys go with these next. You know, one of the things that is worth mentioning is that, again, everything that we do is free to our entrepreneurs. These cash prizes, these programs are all dependent on the support of donors so that we can offer these programs to the ambitious Cape Codders who are ready to get out there and help spur our economy, which we need more than ever, and doing it at no cost to them. So, you know, increasingly the generosity of individual donors, it becomes more and more important to our program as we age here. And your donation helps turn these dreams into businesses on Cape Cod and all of the impact that has for our community thereafter. And, you know, Kristen said it, but I'll say it again, which is thank you to everybody. Thank you to our participants for being brave. Thank you to all of our readers who helped us sort through the applications that came in. Thank you to our coaches for volunteering to give your time and taking on the ambitious task of coaching in a 40-minute time frame. And thank you to our judges for your thoughtful deliberation and for participating in tonight's event. And that's everything I have. Kristen, do you have any final thoughts you'd like to put out there?
No, that's great. Appreciate it.
All right, guys. That's it.
Good night.
You
See you later.
officially-
Everybody.
Everybody.
Bye, everybody.